Hi, my name is Olena Williams and today is the first episode for the new series World on Your Plate. Sponsor of today's program is ethnic cooking classes Loshka, www.loshka.net. Our radio show is going to be devoted to world cuisines, ways to cook, ingredients to use, cheers to drink to, and customs to obey while sitting at the table in someone's house. Sometimes it's trickier than you think. We are going to meet some representatives of different cultures residing in our beautiful New Zealand, learn few recipes and perhaps few life lessons, who knows. I would like to start with sharing a song of Ukrainian folk chaos band DakhaBrakha. Those talented guys came to our last WOMED festival and won many fans and followers. I was the interpreter and it was an amazing experience. At the world food stage we cooked Ukrainian Borshch. There were so many people. Some genuinely were interested in ethnic cooking. Some came to sample some exotic food from far away. Some were just curious passerbys. Neither of them were disappointed. Band consisted of 3 women and a man. I was thinking that according to our Ukrainian traditions, women should be cooking and the men would be wandering around in boredom. I couldn't be more wrong. Marco cooked borscht with the help of zestful Jax Hamilton, celebrity chef and countdown public face, while Olena, Nina and Irina were singing folk songs and answering questions from the public. Borshch is quite an interesting concept. Although all the ingredients are the same over a huge territory, Polish borscht would taste different from Russian. My Siberian grandma's creation tasted quite different from borscht that was accustomed in a sunny Crimea. Moreover, borscht from 2 different ladies living on the same street would be different. The reason is slightly different methods of cooking, perhaps different quantity of spices and ratio of ingredients. There is a long argumentative discussion with my old friend whether to put beetroot in borscht or not. Everyone knows that borscht screams beetroot. She says, on contrary, that her grandma did not do it. Argument as concrete as a concrete block. Another never-ending discussion goes around the topic whether to fry carrots and tomatoes or not. I personally do fry carrots and tomatoes and a bit of beetroot because I believe that it will help me to withdraw vitamin A from carrots and it's beneficial for our health.
Марюшка, Марусечка по горі ходила, щедрий вечір, вам добрий вечір. По горі ходила, сад садила, щедрий вечір, вам добрий вечір. Сад садила, дощ не поливала, щедрий вечір, вам добрий вечір.
Щедрий вечір, добрий вечір, знаєм, знаєм, що пане дома, вон же сидить конець стола, наєм, шуба, шуба, льова, то я шубі, сто червонцо, все готово, по червоному. Щедрий вечір, добрий вечір, знаєм, знаєм, що пане дома, вон же сидить конець стола, наєм, шуба, шуба, льова, то я шубі, сто червонцо, все готово, по червоному. Щедрий вечір, добрий вечір, знаєм, знаєм, що пане дома, вон же сидить конець стола, наєм, шуба, шуба, льова, то я шубі, сто червонцо, все готово, по червоному. Щедрий вечір, добрий вечір, знаєм, знаєм, що пане дома, вон же сидить конець стола, наєм, шуба, шуба, льова, то я шубі, сто червонцо, все готово, по червоному. Щедрий вечір, добрий вечір, знаєм, знаєм, що пане дома, вон же сидить конець стола, наєм, шуба, шуба, льова, то я шубі, сто червонцо. Щедрий вечір, добрий вечір, знаєм, знаєм, що пане дома, вон же сидить.
Welcome back to the show. Sponsor of today's program is ethnic cooking classes Loshka, www.loshka.net. The reason I started with Ukrainian band is totally personal. My ancestors are Russians and Koreans, but I lived most of my life in Ukraine and became a Ukrainian citizen at the age of 16. In our days, Ukrainian citizenship is a civil stance rather than a mere formality, as it used to be for a long time. I'm going to wear mine proudly. To honor Ukraine, I'm going to put one of the folk Ukrainian songs, which could be translated "Unharness the horses, boys." The words relate to men who worked hard all day and returned home to have a rest. But one young man was going to do an extra shift, to go outside in the garden to dig water well. And the reason is a black-haired girl whom he saw in the garden earlier.
Розпрягайте, хлопці, коней, хай лягайте спочивать, а я піду в сад, зелений сад. Кривиченьку капать, Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Копав кривиченьку у зеленому саду, чи не вийде дівчинонька, рано вранці поводу. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Вийшла дівчинонька, рано вранці воду брать, а за нею козаченько веде коні напувать. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Знаю, дівчинонько, чим я тебе огорчив, що я вчора із вечора краще тебе полюбив. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Он ростом невеличка, ще й годами молода, руса коса до пояса, сілена голова. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорня, гей, дівчина, саду я дорвала. Маруся, раз, два, три калини чорнява дівчина в саду ягоди рвала. Розпрягайте, хлопці, кони, та й лягайте спочивать, а я піду в сад, зелений сад. Кривиченьку капать Маруся, раз, два, три калина чорнява дівчина в саду ягоди рвала.
Welcome back to World on Your Plate. Sponsor of today's program is ethnic cooking classes Loshka, www.loshka.net. This song is one of the favorite for parties and events, such as weddings, birthdays and anniversaries. And talking about those, I cannot miss one of the most popular celebration foods in Eastern Europe, which is bread. Most people in different cultures would refer to bread as to the most simple, everyday staple food. The same is in Ukraine, but for special events, they make special breads. At weddings, people bake Karavai, round bread decorated with intricate ornaments symbolizing prosperity, happy family life, lots of kids, and so on. It should be soft and tasty inside, with crunchy crust outside. This Karavai bread is presented to newlyweds by their godparents. Traditions say that only respected and experienced women were allowed to bake this bread. Everything about Karavai refers back to pagan traditions of Slavic nations. For example, people seriously were afraid to show Karavai before weddings. So, after baking, they kept it covered by embroidered towel to keep it away from wandering eyes of ill wishers. Sharing Karavai is a beautiful spiritual process. One must tear a piece of bread, dip it in salt, and eat it. Salt is another important ingredient of this ritual. It is normally presented in a little round deep container placed on top of the bread. Old folks used to say a special spell onto this condiment. It was something like, as people love bread and salt, so husband would love his wife. As salt could not be replaced with sugar, so husband would not replace his wife with a dark or fair, thin or plump, clever or not clever, any other woman. And the same goes about females' fidelity too. So, newlyweds are those who try Karavai first. There is also a superstition saying that those, one of spouses who happen to tear the largest part of Karavai, will become a leader in the family. This can show to the independent observer that Slavic nations recognized women's strength and leadership. After trying of Karavai, mother of the groom supposes to take off a wedding veil from the bride. Wedding veil is saved and treasured as people believed that it possessed a miraculous power to heal relations. After that, all guests try a bit of Karavai and sometimes take their pieces home for good luck. Beautiful tradition, and we honor it with another folk Ukrainian song with a modern twist. Welcome back to the show World on Your Plate. Sponsor of today's program is ethnic cooking classes Loshka, www.loshka.net. Ancestry is an important Lego block of your identity. Our genetical memory forms a lot of preferences and life choices. Sometimes we do not even realize it. I was born in Siberia, where these rich traditions of wholesome, homegrown food existed. I tried dishes cooked on oil derived from cedar cones. I learned how to milk cows, collect cream and beat butter. To get new vegetables meant a trip to the garden, where everything grew fresh and organic, utilizing cows' and pigs' manure. I had a good experience with food all my childhood. At the age of 18, I happened to be invited to a Korean restaurant, where I wanted to order kimchi, fermented cabbage. People advised me not to order it, as I was a novice to Asian cuisine. They said, too spicy and the smell is strange. But I was a curious and stubborn girl. Those people were wrong. The smell was not strange, it was absolutely foul. But the taste, it was like returning home after years in exile. It was heaven. Since then I realized that genetic predisposition for food is an interesting topic worth investigating. To honor my Korean roots, we are going to listen to a beautiful instrumental folk Korean song. Welcome back to World on Your Plate. Sponsor of today's program is ethnic cooking classes Loshka, www.loshka.net. Talking about the role of genetic predisposition in our food preferences, I cannot omit the book written by Michelle Yandle, our Taranaki nutritionist and health coach. The book is called A Diet for 7 Generations. It included personal struggles, recipes, ideas, and guidelines. Michelle grew up in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada, Through the years, her connection to her indigenous heritage has only strengthened, having healed her own health struggles through going back and listening to her ancestors. Michelle states that we benefit hugely from eating like our ancestors. It doesn't mean that we need to go and hunt moose and spend all day collecting berries. It means simple, chemical-free, one-ingredient products. It means cooking from scratch and eating local. I totally agree that traditional ethnic food has lots of benefits for health, and it is healing on a deep spiritual level. Especially for Michelle, Canadian indie folk vocalist Julie Doiron with her song No More.
No more singing in the woods, no more singing in the car, no more singing in the streets, no more singing in the bars, no more singing into your eyes, no more singing into your arms, no more singing in the yard, no more singing in the park. No more, no more, no more, no more singing in the woods, no more singing in the car, no more singing in the streets, no more singing in the bar, no more singing into your eyes, no more singing into your arms, no more singing in the yard, no more singing into the sky. No more, no more, no
Welcome back to World on Your Plate. Sponsor of today's program is ethnic cooking classes Loshka, www.loshka.net. So our first episode is coming to the end. I would like to encourage all of you to embrace your ancestry, eat healthy and joyfully, investigate some other cuisines of the world. If you have something to share with me, please write to olena.williams@gmail.com. Check my Facebook page Loshka Taranaki, which is Lozhka Taranaki, and website www.lozhka.net. For those who listen to the end, a special present, a song by experimental band of Muckaferguson. Those music hooligans worship a pie, literally. Well, you can listen it to yourself. See you next time. Smiles and hugs.
Oh, sweetie pie, I love you. And sweetie pie, I know you love me too, just as much as the sun in the sky. And sweetie pie, speak to me. I know it's hard for you, but I need to believe that you'll be ready when I'm ready for you. And sweetie pie, when I'm with you, you keep me warm the can be.